Hi friends, it's Whitney Shattuck at the First Grade Roundup, and I am talking about my math data wall today. I have already done some videos on my regular data wall that includes literacy and math that you can use for RTI tracking, intervention groups, or just turning in all of your data to administrators. This spreadsheet is built very similarly to the data wall, but it breaks down the math a little bit further for you. Okay, it's also connected to the Math Quarterly Assessment product that I have on Teacher Pay Teachers, which gives assessments for each of the Common Core standards, has it paced out by quarter. It also has a full quarterly assessment. It's a really great product I've been using for a long time now. It's perfect. This is kind of the yin to that yang, I guess. So it has, let me just walk you through the document first. Well, actually, let me just back up. In this, I guess it's not going to go. In this file, you'll have introduction, and then once you purchase it, you'll get the screen page with your file. You'll click on this document. It will get you to a screen that looks like this, where you're going to click Make a Copy, and that way you're not messing up my Google Drive document, and then this will open up your document. Okay. At this point, you may want to rename it. You may want to make sure that it's in the correct file folder that you want, wherever you want to put it on your Google Drive. You can also export it as Microsoft Excel. Or just a PDF document if you want to just print and write it in if you're a paper pencil kind of person. Okay. Know that whenever you export it to Microsoft Excel, it's not going to keep the same fonts, most likely, unless you happen to have this on your computer. So it won't, you'll have to do some adjustment there. But if you're more comfortable with Excel, or your district doesn't allow you to have data on Google Drive, then that is an option for you. However, if you just think, hey, I'm just more comfortable using Excel than I am Google Drive, I would just really encourage you to play around with Google Sheets, because it's very, very similar to Excel and does a lot of similar things that Excel does. Okay, so let's talk about the document. Again, it does coordinate with the Math Quarterly Assessments product. There's a link on this product page to that on my Teacher Pay Teacher store, and I can find it for you here in just a second. I forgot to pull that up, of course, but I can find it for you here in just a second if we have time. So it goes by quarter. It's each quarter is color-coded, it's rainbow order, because, you know, that's how I roll. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Each of these skills, under each quarter, it has all the skills. So you can see in first quarter, you're assessing 7 skills, okay, according to my pacing guide. You're probably working on more skills than that, obviously, but these are the ones that I'm saying that students need to have. Now, if you do not have my Math Quarterly Assessment packet, you don't like my Math Quarterly Assessment packet, or you like it but your district has its own pacing guide that doesn't line up with mine, then you can easily change this, okay? And if you don't have digital time to the hour, or you don't do ordering links in first quarter, then just highlight that column by clicking on the letter up here, right click, delete the column, it's gone. Okay, or if you have another skill that you need to add in there, then you can insert, right click, insert one left or right, and insert another skill. Okay, or of course, if you don't have ordering links, but hey, they have to know not just the shape attributes, but you do shape names too, then type it in here. Just type over it. Okay, so this is your document. You change it how you need to. Just know that it's set up to go ahead and correlate with the Math Quarterly Assessment packet that I already have in my TPD store at the First Grade Roundup. So first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. So essentially, this is just a digital grade book for you. Okay, It's going to give you all of your just your old-timey gradebook, basically. Okay, a couple more things that I want to talk to you about. So you just type over it, type in your names, however you want to. I always try to just use first names on my digital stuff just for security, just another added level of security if for some reason something were to happen. Then once I give I'm floating along, once I give my digital time to the hour weekly assessment, because in that packet I have some quick checks before I just have the quarterly assessment. I can go in here and it says digital time to the hour, and then on that quick check there are 4 questions on that quick check. So this is going to give me my maximum points. So let's say Whitney got 4, Justin got 3, Cooper got 0. Okay? And I'm not sure why that's not centering that. So I get all my data in there. There we go. Okay? I get all of my data in there, and then I can go through. I can sort these if I want to. Let me just change this up so I actually sort for you. By highlighting all of the student names. I'm going to data, and I could sort range A to Z, but I don't really want to do it in alphabetical order unless you do. I want to sort a range. My data does not have a header row because I didn't highlight the header row. I only highlighted the student names, and then I want to sort it by column B because that's where my digital time to the hour is, and I want to go from highest to lowest, or this may be lowest highest. Yeah, A to Z is lowest highest. Okay, which I actually don't mind having that that way usually, because then I know who my most critical kids are for those skills. Now, you could use this. Typically, I don't really sort on this document. I do on my other documents, but not usually on this document because it just kind of depends on which skill, which kids. So in general, what I would typically do is go ahead and think about, after a week or 2 or whatever of math, go ahead and think about and list my kids over here from lowest to highest in math. Okay, so I know in general, overall, or based on the placement card that I got from kindergarten or whatever, I know that Cooper's my lowest kid, Justin's next, and then Whitney's at the top. Okay, and then basically speaking, most of my data will fall in line there. Okay, you don't have to do it that way, it's totally up to you, but that's just kind of how I roll with it. Okay, so the points are already added in there for you. You'll notice some of the counting and the fluency are in there for each quarter, but they're going to be different. There's going to be a step up each time with that counting and that fluency. Okay, so we talked about adding and deleting columns. Another thing you want to do is you obviously do not want teacher's name, math skills data, okay? But you're going to need to, so in order to change this, you're going to need to click on the B box, the very beginning of it. I know it looks like you can type right here, but you can't. If you look up here in this box, there's nothing there, okay? So if I type there, it's just going to go over on top of that. I don't want to do that. I want to go to B1 where it says that up in that box, and now I'm just going to replace teacher name with my name. Okay, I can change the year if I would like also. Okay, anything else that I would like to add there? Okay, all right, so let's talk about what to do whenever you're finished with it. This is really your document. You could use it for intervention. If you haven't checked out my intervention grid on Google Drive, that's another product that I have on TPT that's fabulous. If your school or your district is wanting to be math focused for your PLC and your intervention, then this really would be a great beginning spot for that and transferring that to your intervention grid. If you really, this is your grade book, if you have to turn in your grades to your principal at the end of the year or the end of each quarter, then you certainly could do that here. You could certainly print it off and hand a paper copy if that's what he or she needs, or you can also email a digital copy by clicking the share button. Okay, and I just want to talk real quickly about that because with Google Drive we have to be really careful with copyright laws. If you have purchased this product, then you have purchased a per person license. So you have purchased a license for one person to use the document and edit it. That doesn't mean other people can't look at it. It just means that they can't use and edit the document for themselves. Okay. Just like any other product on TPT, whenever you download it, it's for your use only, not for you to copy and hand out to your teammates. So this one, I would click share. If I want to share with my principal, for them to look at, it's totally fine. Okay, so I'm just going to enter my principal's email address. Let's just say me. And then instead of them editing it, because number one, that's violating a copyright law, but really, more importantly for you, if you let your principal edit this, they can change your data, which you don't want them doing. So I want to click on Can View, and that way he or she can open it up and look at your data, but they can't actually change anything, and they can't actually use the document. Okay, and then you can say, here's my 2016 2017 math data, and then you click send and it sends it to them. Okay, so that's just a little bit about sharing. If you if your teammates want to use this with you, then the wonderful thing is once you've purchased one license, you can go back in and purchase additional license for your teammates to use as well. It's a 50% discount, which is super awesome because that's not something that you're going to get. That's definitely a bigger discount than the sales on TPT for sure. And then at that point, everybody would be able to use the document. You could also use this if you needed to and put all of your first grade kiddos in the same spreadsheet if you needed to do that for some reason, and sort and group them by skill, and so that way you could see which kids needed which skill. Then you certainly could do that also. Okay. If you have any questions for me, I'll be happy to answer those questions, but that's just a little overview about this product. Pretty basic, pretty simple. If you know how to use Excel, if you know how to use Google Sheets, then pretty much this is a no-brainer for you, but just wanted to give a little heads up on how I use this document. If you have any questions or anything else I can answer about this product or anything else, then you can email me at thefirstgraderoundup@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Thanks, and I hope to see you soon.